YouTube. Happy Saturday to you. Happy Saturday to you. It's been a good day so far. Took the truck out for my morning cup of coffee. 7-Eleven. Nothing but the best for me. Anyway, got into the big rig, the big truck, the big green monster. Took it out for a little quick spin. You know, you gotta maintain your toys. Anyway, I was just gonna go get some coffee and come back home. But a friend of mine happened to be going to a swap meet of another mutual friend that we have named Shane. The swap meet in this big body shop that he has out here in San Leandro. You know what I mean? So I took it over there for about an hour or two. Didn't get no footage because everybody was talking to me at that time. From one person to the next person to the next person to the next person. Then I completely forgot that I was supposed to get some footage. But that's all right. We're here today. We're back at the house. We got to work on this. We got to work on the deuce today. Got a couple things I gotta address actually. But for one, you can probably see a few wet spots down there. That's from the coolant lines that go to the radiator. So I gotta address that eventually. But we're trying to work out all the little bugs. All the little bugs here and there, you know what I'm saying? But what I gotta tackle right now is the fuel tank. For some reason it's leaking. I don't know why it's leaking, but I think I have a fuel injected gas tank. So on top of it is the return lines. And the fuel pump is inside the tank. So I'm hoping I can just drop the tank down. Maybe tighten up some hose clamps. Tighten up some bolts that go around for the fuel pump that's inside the tank. Maybe they're just loose. I'm hoping. But it ain't gonna be a quick job. Because there's a lot of wires on top of that tank. Hoses on top of that tank. And I gotta jack the car up super high to be able to drop the tank down to get to those lines and hoses. So that's what we're in for today, YouTube. I'm gonna bring you along, try to set up the tripod and see how it goes. Maybe you can give me some pointers. Maybe you can just hang along, tag along for the ride. So that's what we got on the agenda today. And we're trying to nip out all the little bugs, like I said, so we can get this thing at events and get some footage at events. So hang tight, YouTube. Well, YouTube, we are now underneath the deuce. So I'll go ahead and show you the tank and show you these lines I got to get to, which are very hard to get to, which is why I got to bring the tank down, which is not an easy task. So let's go ahead and see what we're looking at. Here's the tank. I don't know if you can see the lines on top, but those lines I gotta remove in order to drop the tank. Bunch of hoses over there I need to drop as well. So very tight quarters. Very tight quarters. It's not fun being underneath this car either, especially as heavy as it is. But we got our jack stands underneath there, safety first. And one way or another, we're going to get it done. I've taken this tank down before, so I'm pretty confident in my skills. Anyhow, follow along, and let's see what happens.
Let it be all this. Let it be all this. Let it be all this.
YouTube. See if I can get comfortable. Day 2. As you can see, we got the tank out. I don't know how I forgot to take this tank out since the last time I took it out. But first of all, I took out 10 gallons of fuel, and this thing was still heavy. I had to use my feet, elbows, knees, and everything to hold it up while I slowly lowered it down. Then it landed on my chest. Woo! Almost threw it off of me. That was a little tough right there. I had to slowly slide it off my chest onto the ground. But it's here. It's here. Another thing I did was I forgot to remove the fill neck that goes to the gas tank door. I forgot to remove that as I was dropping the tank, that heavy tank. So guess what I had to do? Push it right back up into this place and put the straps right back on and remove the fill neck and do it again. Lesson learned. Remove the fill neck from the tank before you try to drop the tank. So anyhow, make this quick. Here's the sending unit. for a fuel injected gas tank, 61 and 64. It has about a 1/4 inch thick rubber gasket. But I remember when I first installed this that of these 6 screws that holds it down to the tank, one of them was stripped from the very beginning. So if you're trying to seal something with 6 screws and you only got 5 sealing it, that may create a problem for you years down the road. And guess what it did? Exactly. So I'm leaking from this gasket here. And as the car moves up and down with the hydraulics, it throws the fuel level up and down, side to side. So I got to figure out a way to seal around that gasket, or retap and drill that nut that's holding down the unit there. I really don't want to do that because all the shavings, the metal shavings, will go right into the tank. And gas tanks don't like metal shavings. So we'll figure it out. I'll keep you posted as we go. This segment will be continued. It'll probably sit here for a week, to be honest with you. Because my work week is pretty challenging and long on top of that. So, I do take suggestions to see if there's a better way of sealing that rubber gasket. Maybe someone has experienced this problem before. Who knows? I'm sure someone has. The easiest method, I think, is just to seal it with something. Silicone sealant that's solvent proof, gasoline proof. But I don't know if that'll work or not. So anyway, YouTube, appreciate you joining in with me. And like I said, we're working out all the bugs on the deuce. Can't just turn the key and hit the streets on a car that you built from scratch pretty much. So you got to test everything. After this issue, I got to get into the brakes. Brake pedal goes pretty far down. I don't have a brake booster, just a master cylinder. So that's next on the list. But we're going to knock it all out. We're going to get them all down to nothing as we go along. Appreciate you riding with me, YouTube. You got a project you got there? I suggest you get on it today. No, don't sit on it another year, another 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. Get it done today. While you're still able to, while you're still breathing. We ain't getting no younger out here. But these cars are getting older. Peace out, YouTube.